In this video, you are going to learn how you can create crown splash simulation in Blender using the default fluid simulation. Also, I'm going to share you some tips and tricks on how you can make the simulation, how you can make it look realistic, how you can do the render settings, and how you can render it with cycles. So without any delay, let's jump into Blender. I have opened a new Blender scene here, and as you guys can see, I have deleted all the default objects that are given when you create a new scene. Now, in order to start with the crown splash, we need two things. One is our container in which our emitter is going to hit. So our emitter can be stone or rock or something like that, which will basically collide with our container. So let's start with our container. So in order to do it, I'm going to create a cube. So let's just press Shift plus A and let's just go to mesh and create a cube here. Okay. I'm going to go to solid mode here. I'm going to press the S key and resize it in the Z axis. Okay, something like this. So let's just do something like this here. Okay, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to scale this out to something like this. Again, I'm going to scale this something like this, and in the Z to something like this. Just make sure you don't go in the minus axis. Okay, always be in the plus axis only, or else it is not going to work here. So this is done. Now let's just apply our scale values, because you can see right now all the values are different. I want here 1, 1 and 1. So let's just press the Control A key and let's just apply the scale. So now you can see our value is 1, 1 and 1 here. Now I'm going to go to my object mode, but before that I'm going to split my views into two here, and I'm going to go select my object here, go to object. Now we are going to go to quick effects, and let's just add a quick liquid here. Now as soon as you do it, you will see something like this. You can see the liquid and mesh as well. So if I click on play here, you can see it's going downwards and then applying. But I don't want this. I want my cube to settle here only. So let's just edit our container. Select your liquid domain here. Okay, press 1 key so you go into your front view here. Okay, now press the tab key to go to edit mode, and you can see this is the container. So let me just play it again. Now you can see it's not playing. Okay, because we are into edit mode. But if you remember, it was colliding here. Okay, so if I press the tab key, just make sure you see this box here. And now you can see it's colliding here. Okay, so let's just make sure that it collides here only. So let's just press the tab key again. Okay, we are going to press the G key, grab it in the Z axis here. So let's just do something like this. Okay, and then let's just scale this down here to something like this. Okay, and let's just press the G key again and Z key, and let's just settle this here. Okay, if I go out of my tab mode, you can see now here it is, and if I click on play, you can see it's settling here only, which we want here. Okay, now we are seeing the mesh and the particles both here. Okay, I don't want to see both things here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to switch this. So let's just go in the liquid domain here. I'm going to press the Z key here and just make sure we are in the solid mode so you can see here as well. Okay, let's just go to our physics here, and let's just click on the liquid domain, and we are going to do certain things here. So let's just scroll downwards here, and let's just turn off this mesh right now. Okay, as soon as I do it, you can see this is our container here, and if I click on play by going backwards, you can see it's settling here, but we cannot see because now we are into object mode. So if you want to see the mesh, you can click here as well. Okay, so now you can see our mesh is settling down. Now what we want a object which collide with this container. So let's just create a ISO sphere. So let's just press the Shift A key. Let's just go to mesh and let's just create a icosphere here. Let's just scale this down by pressing the S key here. Okay. I'm just going to open this menu here, so I can see as well. Let's just press the G key and let's just do something like this here. So it's going to collide like this. Okay. Now we need to give this a collision. So let's just apply a collision here, but we don't need to apply here because we are having this fluid here. Okay, we want our fluid to collide with this object. So let's just click on fluid and make sure that you are having a effector here. Okay, and effector is set to collision. Now let's just increase the sample to 10 because we are going to make this fast like this. It's going downward. Okay, and let's just give it some watt thickness to like 0.02. Okay, so we are having this thickness as well. You can give it to 0.2 as well if you want. Okay, and if I click on play now, okay, it's not going here. It's not colliding because we need to animate it. So now let's just animate this. Okay, now we need to basically collide this icosphere here with our water. Okay, so let's just click on icosphere and here go to your object menu and we are going to animate our location here. So on 15, we are going to animate location and rotation. Okay, and we are going to make this go downward here. So just press the G key. Okay, just go ahead like somewhere around maybe 23, and let's just press the G key and take this something like this. Okay, and let's just rotate it also something like this. Okay, and let's just animate this again. So you can do the auto key thing as well if you want, but I like this method. So if I go back now and if I click on play, okay, now you can see there is a dent here which is happening, which is colliding. Okay, so if I click my icosphere and again go to my physics property here, and if I do like 0.2 here, okay, surface thickness, and if I go backwards and now you can see, we can see nothing is happening, that there is something happening but not that much. So if I go here, you can see here as well. Okay, so let's just play with the settings and I want to see my result as well. Okay, so let's just apply what we called a force field. So what force field will do, force field will create basically a force on that object. So it will make that, okay, this object is having a strength of this and it's a heavy object. So we want that for our icosphere. So what we are going to do, we are going to click on the icosphere and then click on the force field. And as soon as you do it, you can see the circles here. The first thing that I want to do is basically make sure that the inner circle is having a certain area which is going to affect it. Okay, so just select your icosphere, go to force here and just scroll downwards. Here you will find the max distance. Just turn this on and just make sure that it's bigger than your object, somewhat bigger like this. Okay, and now you can give the strength as well. So let's just give 20. Okay, and if I click on play now, you can see certain thing is happening but not that much. Why? Because you need to change your shape from point to surface, because we are using not a point, we are using a object and object is made of surface here. So let's just click on surface and let's just play it again. And now you can see we are getting somewhat strength. So let's just increase the strength as well. So let's just go from 20 to maybe 40. Okay, let's just play this again. And now you can see we are getting that splash effect. Okay, but before increasing the strength, just make sure that you increase your render quality as well. Okay, so we are going to do that. Let's just click on liquid domain and here from flip we are going to switch to epic, which is a really good stable behavior simulation. Okay, so let's just click on epic and now we are going to increase the narrow bandwidth. So let's just go to 10. So now you can see we are having a more resolution here, more particles. Okay, now let's just play it again. And now you can see we are getting that splash. Okay, so let's just increase our resolution here from maybe 32 to let's say 64. Okay, now let's just play again. Okay, and now you can see we are getting that beautiful crown splash here which is happening. Okay, but I think the strength is too much. Okay, so we can change the strength as well. So let's just go to icosphere and let's just do maybe 30 here. Okay, and let's just decrease our inner strength as well. Okay, so something like this, max distance, and let's just click on play again. Okay, I think we can maybe increase this max distance as well. So we need to play with the settings here, guys. So this is totally a play of R&D, research and development. Once you are happy, you can increase the resolution as well. Yeah, now you can see we are getting this really good crown splash effect, okay, which I want as well. Okay, so let's say you are satisfied with this result, then what you can do, you can increase the resolution as well and bake it out. So how you can bake it? Just go to your liquid domain. Okay, just increase your samples as well. So right now it's only having one minimum time step and maximum time steps is 4. So from 1 to 2, it is going to take 4 steps. So like 1, 1.25, 1.5, 1.75 and then 1. Okay, then 2. So let's just increase this somewhat. So let's just do maybe 6 and 3 here. Okay. And now if I play here and you can increase the CFL number as well. Okay, if you are having a fast simulation, if you want somewhat fast but don't want to compromise with the quality. And now if I click on play, you can see it's taking some more time. But now you can see the liquid is stable here and it's not going that much up. Okay, and now you can see this is the result that we are getting here. Okay, now let's say you are liking this result, but you want some more strength here as well. You can definitely do it. Okay, just go to icosphere here and just increase your strength to, let's say, 35. Okay, let's just play it again. Okay, yeah, now we are getting a really good crown splash effect here. Okay, let's say you like this result here. Now you want to increase the quality. You can again go to liquid domain. You can take this up to 100 as well. Okay, but now let's just bake this out. So we don't want to again and again render this. So what you can do, you can go here. Here you need to change your frame rate as your frame end as well. So let's just do 80 frames. Okay, and from replay we are going to do all, and here also I'm going to make sure that it's 80. Now just before baking, just make sure that your cache location is set here. So I'm going to define my cache location here to crown splash. Okay, and I'm just going to accept this. I'm going to save as well. So crown splash here, I'm going to name it to tutorial. Okay, so let's just save the Blender file here. And now we are going to click on bake all. So let it bake. I will be back after the baking is done. It is going to take some minutes basically to bake my scene here. So I'm going to be back once this is done. Now the baking is done and you can see the result here as well. You can see it settling here. Okay, so we are getting somewhat result like this here. Okay, we are getting some really good splash result here as well. Okay, so you can see the all the parameters are grayed out because we have basically baked this out. Okay, it took like 10 minutes around to bake this simulation. Now let's just make this a lot better. So let's just go to mesh. Okay, here you can see a press factor was set to 2. So I needed to set it to 3 here. So what you can do, you can do this as well. But right now we are going to record this. So after, before doing any changes, you just need to change here. So just make sure that uh, you click on free all here. Okay, and just increase the resolution here to upscale factor to, let's say, 3. Okay, so if you want, you can do that as well. So let's just do 3 here. Okay, and here I'm going to make sure that positive and negative smoothing is set to 0. Okay, once this is done, save your scene and just bake it again. Okay, and you will be having a really good result. Then we are going to continue it again. So I will be back in a minute again. So now you can see our baking is finished and you can see this is our result that we are getting. Yeah, I need to reduce my strength here as well because now you can see it's lot more here. So I can just reduce this out. But right now we are going to focus on what we say our crown splash here. Okay, so let's just say we want this result here. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to just click on my liquid domain. I'm going to go to my modifiers and I'm going to add a smooth modifier here. Okay, so let's just search for smooth and I'm going to apply this and make sure that my factor is having a value of, let's say, 2. And now you can see the result is really smooth here. Okay, so let's just create a camera quickly here so we can render this out and see how it is looking. So let's just press the shift A key. Let's just go to our camera. Okay, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to press the G key, Z key and make this upwards. I'm going to reset my rotation. Okay, so I'm going to press the Alter R key, so it will reset the rotation here. Then I'm going to use the gizmos here to move this backward here. Okay, maybe something like this. Then I'm going to rotate it by holding the control key here. Okay, so we get the perfect rotation. Now I'm going to move this backward. Okay, so let's just click this camera and just move this backward. I'm going to view this camera by pressing the 0 key, so we can see the camera here. I'm going to move this downward. Okay, so now you can see the effect here. I'm going to go to my camera, click on my camera, make sure my focal length is set to like 120. So we get that zoom in view and just move this backward. Now you can see the result here as well. just move it downwards and take this much more backward here, something like this, move it upwards. Okay, we are getting this really good result here as well. Then you can move this here as well, something like this. Okay, we are getting some really good result here. Then what we can do, we can also apply the depth of field here. But right now what I want to make sure that my viewport display here is basically set to pass through something like this, so we only see this. And let's just press the home key here by pressing the 0 and home, so we only see this thing. Now we are going to go to my render and I'm going to change from EV to cycles here. Okay, and from CPU to GPU, and I'm going to go to my world here. Okay, and I'm going to press the Z key and just render this out. So right now you can see this result. I'm going to make sure that I hide my cube as well, so you can see the result here. Okay, you can apply the HDRI, you can do the lighting as well, but the thing I that like is I click on this and I just change this to sky texture here. Okay, so now you can see the result, and I just decrease the strength to zero point 0.2, something like this. You can see the result. This is looking really good here. And I'm just going to make sure that my sun elevation is downward, something like this. Okay, and I'm going to rotate my sun here around something like this. Okay, let's just do something like this here. Okay, so this is looking nice. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to play with my strength here loud, like say to 0.3. Then I'm going to add a backdrop here. So let's just add a plane. Okay, let's just move it here. Let's just press the R key, X, and let's just press 90. Okay, and let's just press the R key. Okay, sorry, the S key, and let's just scale this to something like this. Okay, and I'm going to make sure that it is having a black material. So let's just do a base color of black. And now you can see the result. This is looking really beautiful, and now you can play with the lighting as well. Okay, so I'm going to go to EV. So if you want a transparent result, you can do that as well by going to your film and just make sure that you have this transparent on, and now you can see we will get that transparent result. Okay, so just hide your plane here. So now you can see you can get this transparent result as well, which is looking really good. Okay, so you can do that as well, or you can move the plane backward as well, because right now plane is getting that black color, so you can move it backwards, something like this. Okay, and just make sure it's much bigger here, something like this. Okay, and you can move it upwards here, something like this. Okay, and I'm going to make sure that I don't see my grid and all that stuff. So this is looking really beautiful here. And then you can play with the material as well. So you can just go to shader editor, select your liquid domain. Okay, and just here you can play with the roughness as well. So 0.003, something like that. I want a roughness. Okay, then you can play with your what we say color as well. So if I want a blue color, I can do something like this, or a yellow color, something like this. And now you can see the result here as well. Okay, so let's just do around somewhere here. Okay, yeah, this is looking good. And then I can again go to my world and play with my strength here. So let's say zero point 0.4. Yeah, this is looking much better. Okay, guys. So this is how you can create crown splash in Blender without any plugin. And the result that you get are really beautiful. So if you want to render this out, you can render as well. Okay, I can turn on the denoise and you can see the result, how sharp this result is. So if I take something like this, you can see how beautiful this is looking. And again, I can go to my 3D viewport as well. Okay, and this is baked, so I can just go to any of my frame here and check the result as well, that this is how this is looking. Okay, you can see this frame. Okay, let's say I like this frame, I can just render this out as well. So this is how easy it is to create crown splash in Blender. I hope you guys like this video. If you like this video, please press that like button, share it with your friends who wants to learn simulation in Blender, and I will see you next time. But before going, please subscribe to my channel. Bye bye guys, take care.